Alright guys, this is one of a player and we're going to go over some of the dev notes from Maximum Football that have come out. There's a lot of dev notes that have come out, so I'm going to try to do the ones from March on that I see. I may not get all of them, but a lot of them are the same. And the ones that I do possibly miss, or some of the features that you might be looking forward to, you guys can comment down low and we can, talk about it in the comments. But, in January is when they release their gameplay trailer, January or February. So, the March dev notes is where we start to get a little bit more of the pick-me-up on what's happening with the design and the Unreal Engine 5 and what exactly they're able to hit right now. So this one from March is the St. Paddy's Day dev note, and they just wanted to hit on the customization features. They've been working on the physics-based tackles, making sure those look clean. We have this April dev note where they were testing out logo uploads and customization with the help of some of their friends in the community. And so they're working on the in-game logo uploading design. And that ranges from being able to put it on any type of helmet, whether that's matte or chrome, and then increasing the size and also being able to put it in any spot on the helmet. And so that was one of the things that they worked on in the April 8th dev note. Here's another April dev note. We really wanted to highlight the high point of this receiver catching the ball, as well as this clean handoff that's in the backfield. We have a dev note from the end of April, which is another matchup. So, they tested a lot of matchups to see how their AI is handling it. So we see the head-on-head lineman interaction. We see a touchdown being scored, and the different little, animations that come with it. The guy saying it's good or for the touchdown. Next clip we see is from the sideline. We see how the players are lined up for a kickoff, and then we also see your referee as well as your line team, that moves the chains, or your chain team. And then another later April one was them testing the logo uploader. And so what we can see from this is you put the team name. You can change the privacy, so if you want to share it online, you can, so it could be visible or not visible. You can adjust the image, put hashtags to make it easier to find. So in this one, they have animal, dog, red. Even though it's not a dog, it's a rhino. But you get the point. And then also the next clip shows what uploading your image may look like. So it looks like you can just upload straight from your desktop. So it's looking like it's just a web uploader. So they're going to have a separate website for logo uploads, which is pretty cool. We got another late April Sunday dev note, and you see the players on the sideline. You got the coach looking focused with his Apple Watch headset ready to go. There's just so much detail on this game, and it's pretty exciting from what we can see. You got your med staff teams, so that's that attention to detail Maximum Football's doing. You got your first aid bags for your trainers and your med team. So that level of detail shows the type of passion and effort that they're putting into this game. Then you got essentially their Gatorade jugs, but not officially Gatorade because they're not sponsored, but you know, your orange game jugs, which are pretty cool. And then this next May dev note, they were working on the hit reactions and the O-line avoidance. So it says, today we are testing and turning players reacting when they get hit by another player. For example, if the ball carrier hits the blockers, they should have some sort of reaction. So, you know, if, you know, kind of like the butt fumble, you know, Mark Sanchez butt fumble, you know, he ran into his lineman and, you know, the lineman's bigger. So, you know, there was a reaction, an opposite reaction, and he fell fumble. So they're doing a lot of reactive work right there is what they're showing. And, which is pretty cool because you kind of see how the players are moving and how smart the AI. So this next dev update from May is a game update. We got some clips of, you know, just snapping the ball. We're seeing a lot of different color tones too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the detail is insane. These cameras are like nice too. I wonder if these are in-game cameras shots or what type of shots they are. Because if this is the in-game camera, man, we're excited. This was when we got the first look at the Adidas on the defending players' gloves. You see the Adidas logo. So the confirmation that Adidas will be in the game, which is pretty cool to see from one of these studios that are as big as EA, getting those type of sponsorships. You know, what other sponsorships would you like to see from the game? I may be mistaken or not, but I think they have Zenith as well as Adidas. Let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comments. But, you know, if they don't have them, that would be a pretty cool, sponsor that they could add to the game. So this next dev note is, they were working on dives and dive angles. So if your player is close to the goal line and opposing players are, you know, approaching, trying to stop them, then your player might shoot for a dive to get the easy points. And as well as they worked on tackles, fumbles, and scoop and run. You don't see all that in this clip, but that were some of the things that were noted in this dev note of things they were testing out that week. This next dev note is another game. Again, we see Adidas make an appearance. We see the visors. We're getting up close and personal. We're seeing the depth of athleticism that is being shown in this game with the athletes jumping. We got the refs making an appearance again in the background. I love the attention to detail, man. Between the pads, the socks, the shoes, gloves. You see running backs high pointing the ball, which is awesome. You see players actually, you know, pursuing the ball and look like they have a really great running motion. You got QBs in the pocket that look like they're attentive and they're making sure they're covering the ball, taking care of the ball, and also looking downfield while they can. You see receivers creating that diamond for a catch, which is pretty awesome. You know, in the older games, I think you would see players just float to the ball. It didn't really look like much of a catch. You didn't see too much detail in the catching. The next dev note we saw was the O-line and D-line interaction between blocks. You see them helmet to helmet, really, getting after it. They're not straight up, they're bent, so you see that they're putting their weight into it, which is awesome. You see a defensive player trying to put his hand up to block a pass. So that level of detail is what you see all the time. That's like realism that you see all the time in football, with D linemen getting their hand up, try to swat a ball real quick, even though that they maybe have someone right in front of them for a block. So those are really good attention to detail. The next dev note in May, they showed us some of the game preview screen, as well as some more shots. We're getting some different colors as well again. Late May, they're working on the route running, so they show the smart AI aspect to where they show a player's standard route and also the alternative route that they might take if a player or opposing player that's a defender gets in their way when they run the route. So that's pretty cool that they're adding that, because nothing's worse than you scrambling and your player is just sitting in one spot because they can't move out of the way because they were stuck to their standard route. So that's some good AI right there. Another May one where they showed some of the best highlights. So we got a deep pass. We got a sack from the defense. We got a scramble pass for a touchdown on a corner route. And then we got we got a red zone pass. So, and then you got a pass down the middle on a post route that was taken to the house. So pretty cool that they're adding all those dynamics. Really cool. They're giving us so much for this game to be a free game, so that's why I don't get people complaining about, oh, it's a free game, I don't want to play it. It's free. It's literally free. No one's going to force hand you to get the game, but people will pay $60, $100 if they get the top Madden, but they won't give a free game a shot, which I do not get. But hey, that's their choice. But I'm definitely giving it a good shot. This next dev note is the Dynasty mode. I want to say the Dynasty screen, and so you're looking at your team. It shows your top players, top stats. There's an option for where you can improve your players, awards, rankings, where it shows your schedule, shows your upcoming game. So really cool menu, very needed for a dynasty. So we got an early June dev note where they show, the logo placements and how big you can make the logo, so you can either take it the whole helmet or just part of the helmet, which is a really cool aspect. And so they're putting some details in. You can tell this is a very developed gaming company. Modus is that they're putting out there. Hands on his knees, looking focused, ready for the next play. And then you also have one in a DB stance, ready, got his hands ready just in case he's got to knock an arm down on a receiver, but also very focused looking in. So really cool. Late June, some more players. They're testing out the user and dive catch function, which is awesome because I remember the old NCAAs, you hit the top on the D-pad, you could dive. So if a ball was out of your range and you generally would dive for it, you could dive for it on your own, which is pretty cool. Then they gave us confirmation on, yes, we have clear visors, running styles. So they were working on the running styles, and then later June. So that's kind of what we see from this video, which is really cool. Yeah, they also show us some nighttime field action in a later dev note. And then this late June one, they also show the different helmet styles from chrome, matte, glossy. And that's also placed with a logo, which is really cool. Notes was from July, and it's showing the vein progression. So they're working on the player veins from different strengths and all that. The most recent dev note we got was the work in progress, and they're showing the game presentation. So they're showing like the before screen, like how you see in Madden and stuff. And maybe it will show the college, and then more than likely your top player with some type of graphic, which is kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of the signing day type graphics, you know, with the little backgrounds and all the LED screens that they have nowadays. So yeah, these are all the maximum dev notes, and so that's a pretty big gist of what they've gotten accomplished within the first 6 months of the 2023 year. And of course, we still got about 5 to 6 months before we possibly get to hold a game. So there you have it. This is one of a kind player. That's Maximum Football's dev note progression. Comment what you guys are really excited for. You know, customization is big, but is there a certain piece of that you're really excited for? If you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe. Peace.